Hey, today we are going to be learning about box and whisker plots. If you haven't watched the videos that I posted about it, go ahead and do that first. It'll help you understand a little bit about lower quartile and upper quartile. The first thing we're going to do with our notes page, the copy that I'm working with right now already has the answers in it, so I'm not going to have to do a lot of writing today. You're welcome to print off a copy if you'd like of the one with the answers already in it. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is, this is a box and whisker plot, the diagram of it, a couple things that you need to know. First of all, it is broken up into 4 quartiles. So first quartile, Q1, pretty much goes from here to here. And that's our Q1. Q2 is another word for median. They don't really refer to it as the second quartile. They just call it the median. Third quartile, Q3, otherwise known as the upper quartile. And the fourth quartile is the maximum. They really never refer to the fourth quartile. Okay, so those are all things that you need to know. Also, if you have the notes here, what I want you to do is you are going to write 25% on each of these quartiles. So this part of the diagram is 25%, left part is 25, right part 25, and this whisker over here is 25%. So quartiles, just like quarters, quarts, it means it's broken into 4 parts. So a lot of the questions that go with box and whisker plots have to do with percents. They're like, it might be something like, is it true that 75% of this, whatever they're talking about, and you would look and see, oh, 25 or 75% would be right there. And you just need to remember that each of these sections is worth 25%. And we're not going to need that. All right, let's look at the inside of these notes. All right. How to graph a box and whisker plot. I am not going to go through that with you. We are just actually going to come down here and actually put together a box and whisker plot. Now, like I said, I already have the numbers on mine. This was supposed to be filled in already. Ooh. All right. So let me pull this up, and I'm going to go in a little. You want to be on the left. All right. So here we go. This is what the regular notes look like. The daily high temperatures for some days last month are shown in the table. Make a box plot of the data. The first thing that you are going to do whenever you have a data set is you're going to put them in order from least to greatest. And that's what I've done here. Now, some of the numbers are circled and stuff right now. We'll talk about that in a second. So if you have not put your numbers in order, go ahead and do that now. All right. Also, at the bottom of the paper, we are going to put together a 5-number summary. 5-number summary. All right. So this is weird. It won't let me see if I can fix this first. Type something in here. And then I'm going to hit enter. All right. Did not mean to go that far back. Box and whisker plot, 5-number summary. Number summary. All right. So I'm going to start with minimum, which is my smallest number. That is going to be 75. The maximum, oh wait, no. The Q1, the first quartile, that is going to be, well, we're going to fill that in a minute. We're going to need to find the median. We're going to find the third quartile value, and then we're going to find the maximum. And the minimum and maximum, otherwise known as the lower extreme, upper extreme, those are easy. Smallest number, biggest number. Smallest number, 75. Largest number, 94. All right, so that part is taken care of. Next, to find the median. Let's pretend there weren't already circles up on my graph here. There are 12 numbers in the set. That means I had to draw a line in the middle so that I'd have 6 numbers on the left, and I need 6 numbers on the right. So the median splits my data set in half. All right, so the median halfway between 82 and 83, we drew a line right here, otherwise known as Q2. I don't like how that looks. Otherwise known as Q2 is going to be 83.5. So we are going to write that down here for median, 83.5, halfway between 83 and 84. Now let's take a minute and look at the lower half of our data set, our Q1. Let's go ahead. We have to find the median of a group of 6 numbers, which means we're going to split it in half. So we have 3 on the left, 3 on the right. That is our Q1. Our, oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. Can't even think right now. Lower quartile. Okay, so Q1, our first quartile. And over here we have Q3, our upper quartile. Same thing. We have 6 numbers to the right of the median. In green here, we're going to cut them in half, so we get 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Median in the middle, halfway between 88 and 89 would be 88.5. Okay, so that is going to be my Q3. 88.5. I think I forgot to do this one. Halfway between 78 and 79, we get 78.5. 78.5. All right, so now I've got my numbers. We can go ahead and put our values onto a box and whisker plot. So let's move this down out of the way. Oh, there's all my numbers. I'm going to clear that up a little bit. All right, so in this example, in our notes, we do not have a number line written. Or no, we do on this assignment. Never mind. Okay, so looking at this, my box is already written. We had the 83.5. We're going to find that, and we put this point. That's our median. We're going to put our Q1 point, 78.5, right here. We're going to put our 88.5, 88.5. Our dot goes there. And then we had our lower extreme, the minimum, 75, upper extreme, 94. Once you get your 5 dots in, that's when you're going to draw the box. You're going to put a line through them and connect them like that. So this tells me, from looking at this, box and whisker plots, it's easy to find the median. You just look for the line in the middle of the box. So it's easy enough. All right, so let's go on the other side here. We're going to talk about interquartile range, otherwise known as IQR. Let's talk about this at the top. Move this back up. All right, how to find the interquartile range, IQR. First of all, there we go. When we did range of our whole data set, we just talked about how range is a subtraction problem. So same thing here. When we see range, we know we're going to subtract. This time we're just finding the range of the box. So our Q3 value minus our Q1 value. So all we got to do is subtract that. So let's look at these examples. The box plot compares the ages of dancers in 2 different dance troupes. All right, So in class, you know, this was blank and we had to come up here and determine the Q1 and Q3. So if I was doing that, here's Q3 is the right part of my box. Q1 is the left part of my box. And I would just follow this line down. That's about 20. This one is 24. That's how we got those numbers. On the bottom box, notice this was where 21 would be. So this comes down at about 21.5, 21 and a half. And on this side, we have 26. So that's our Q3 over here and Q1. I don't like how that looks. Let me fix that. This is Q1. Q1. So remember our quartile 1 and quartile 3 are just the sides of the box. And 50% of all the data from this data set is in the box. 25% on each whisker. So let's see. We are going to find, move this out of the way, finding the IQR of group A. So group A, Q3 minus Q1, 24 minus 20. The interquartile range is 4. Second group, 26 minus 21.5. Interquartile range is 4.5. So that was pretty easy. Down here, we've got basketball team and a baseball team that we are comparing. Okay, so same thing, we're going to find the Q3 and Q1. So I'm just looking at where the edges of my box come down into the number line. We've got 68 and 72, or 68 and 78 for the basketball players. So that would just be right here. 78 minus 68 is 10, and 74 minus 76 is 8. That's for this one right here. Okay. Just a subtraction problem. And this bottom part. Which set of heights of players has a greater median? Basketball median is 74, so that is the bigger median. And the median is super easy to find. Middle of the box, right here, middle of the box, 74, middle of the box, 70. And that's it for this assignment. Okay, what you need to know about the practice problems that go with this assignment. On the back side, question number 4, you are going to skip. And down here on the bottom, one of the most important things you need to know is this is out of 100 emergency calls. So the questions about percent, just go with the numbers, because 100 emergency calls, 100% they match up. Okay, on the other page back here, we did number 2 in class together. First of all, on your actual assignment, there is no number line. So you are going to have to draw the number line and number from 40 to 60. And we're going to put points on that are in this 5-number summary that they gave us. So I'm going to put a point on 40 and 45. 45 would be in the middle here. 40, 45. Q3 is 50. Maximum is 60. And median is 48. All right, so I've got my points and I'm going to build my box. I'm going to put lines through those points and connect them. And then I am going to connect to the minimum and maximum for my whiskers. All right, so the rest is up for you to do. Pretty easy question at the top. This one, you're going to build your own box and whisker plot. Remember, you have to put your numbers in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Good. So there will be one number in the middle for your median. That's it.